Let's see, did I do it right? Wrong. Look who's in the house. Woohoo!
Hello, everybody.
Stewart Wood's here, and we're going to rock it today. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I know you guys are excited. Stu's excited. He's got some really fun things to share. And then we're going to say some hello shout outs to everyone. So Anders, he says evening. Christoph, Poland. Let's see who else is here. That I asked them where they're from. Andre, Sweden. Gian, she's from the East Coast, USA. Elise, she's one of the ones that you'll see the image that I shared with you. She's from Ireland. Emma, she says something, see, hiding. I don't know. Let's see. UK, Leigh is here. Let's see. Oh no, Stewart. Just kidding.
Anders is my admin for the Facebook group, and he tried to be clever, but he's not.
That's awesome. Love it. And Baz is from UK also. Yeah, so we'll check in with you guys, but welcome to the Macro Chat live show. And this is a place where we hang out with wonderful photographers like Stewart, where we can chat about macro, micro, and close-up photography. So now, Stu, I know you've seen the show, so what I'll do is a couple little things before we dive into you, just for people that have never seen the show. This show is every other Thursday, and it's at 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, but we're changing the standard. Do you guys change your time frame, or are you guys always the same in UK?
We go summertime and then British, GMT time, summertime, so it gets confusing. I usually time it by when the kids go to school, so I know which is which.
That's awesome. It's like you got to get the kids on school, so you got to have the right time, right?
Ever since we had smartphones and they changed themselves, you never know when it actually changes over, because all your computers just change over anyway.
Yeah, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I was an hour. What fall? This is how I know: spring forward, fall back. So that's an easy one. Yeah. But so they are chatting up. We will start to do the chat. We'll go back and forth. If there's something really, really important, then I think I do have that. I've never had that money thing, but where they could do it at the top if it's really important that you want Stewart to answer. I forget what it's called. But otherwise.
Super chats.
What is it called?
Super chats.
Super chat. I've never even used it. I have it, but I never even mentioned it.
I had one of my first ones last Monday when I was doing a live. It's quite exciting when it pops up. Yeah.
That's cool. That's exciting.
It's exciting.
And so supposedly it keeps it at the top. Well, what happened when we had our last guest, Mitchell Wu, I was missing tons of questions and I felt really bad. I was going over it. And AD can only do so much because he's like in the background making sure
I'm monitoring the chat anyway, so I'm used to doing that.
Oh, that's cool.
Don't worry about it.
That's cool, because I'm always like, okay, what are we going to do? But so I wanted to let them know that our next show is Thursday, October 29th, and it's the spooktacular Macro Chat live show for Halloween. And so what we're going to do with this one is I would love for you guys to share fun, scary, or Halloweenish macro images. We don't have to give you feedback unless you want feedback, but I think it would just be a fun inspiration. Me and AD are going to come up with some fun stuff for Spooktacular Macro. How fun is that? I'm so excited. So I know, I'm excited. I love Halloween and Christmas. Those are my two favorite things to play with. So I have to, before we dive in, I love to share with you guys how I found you. So I found you on YouTube. You rock YouTube. I love what you say. We're gonna look at your website in a little bit, but I love how you say that when you learn something, we will learn something, and I totally have learned something.
I think the maximum it's ever been is a week before I put something out if I've learned something new.
Oh, is that how you do it? Okay,
I learned something, all that make a good video, bang, straight out to YouTube.
You are awesome with your YouTube. Do you do that on your own with the...
Yeah, a whole lot's me. One-man band.
Wow, Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
The only videos I get help with is the outdoor macro adventures that I do. I usually take the wife with me to do the camera work.
Oh, good.
And but all the indoor stuff is all just me. I just literally shut the door, put the cameras on, and just start talking gibberish and see what comes out.
That's great. And at the very ends of, and anybody watching this that has not seen Stewart's YouTube channel, that will definitely be, we have that and we'll share that with you. Right now we have, AD has your stewartwood.com and that's underneath you. So you guys could check, but don't leave the show because we have so much to say. So
No, we got to stop around here. Stay here.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to do a sponsor video and then we're going to dive into Stewart in detail. So I'm super excited. We're going to get rolling.
Ready to accomplish your macro photography goals? Our SJP membership will keep you on track, hold you accountable for your goals, and teach you new techniques. This program provides you the value of a college course with the fraction of the price.
For more information, head on to membership.sullivanjphotography.com. It's time to focus on your goals to get you to where you want to be.
So don't miss out.
Don't miss out. I'm looking at the chat, Stu, and some of it is really good. Otis says that his work is amazing. He always watches your review videos.
Yeah,
So
reviews are quite popular because I tell the truth, basically. I tell it like it is.
that's awesome.
If something breaks, it goes in the review, you know.
Yeah. You're just like, this is it. This is what happens.
Yeah,
I hear you.
And all the review videos I do, they never go to the manufacturers before being published as well. So they watch it at the same time as my subscribers watch it. So if it's a bad review, that's when they find out.
They're like, oops. But you know what? That's good. I mean, they must trust you, because they're still giving you goodies to play with.
Yeah,
And then,
if there's an issue with a particular product, I will email the company first to find out if it's a defect, or if it's actually, it would be with the model that everyone else would buy. And if it's with the model everyone buys, it goes in the review,
Yeah, no, that's great to know. Yeah, because what if you have a lemon and you're giving them a bad review? And it's not,
Exactly.
That's not cool. Let's see. Leigh says Stewart is awesome. That's
Yay.
you see it. See, that's what's good though, because Stu's he's actually checking out the chat too at the same time he's used to it. So that's really cool. But I do.
To be honest with you, this is a lot easier because I haven't got to deal with the Stream Deck. I can just sit here and chill out. You got an AD. I need an AD for my stream.
You do.
Now.
AD really should be doing this more often, but he is here and he's doing it with a bad back. So this is a cyber hug AD in the background because it is so hard to be able to enjoy you and try to figure out, push this, and push that. So, yeah. So let's dive into you. But before we start sharing images, I really want to, we are going to, well, you might want me to do the Lightroom, but I want to know your journey on basically how you got into photography and then what led into the macro world and then beyond what you're doing right now with, video, you're rocking it. I mean, you've got to really, you really know how to connect with people. So, and it's funny, Stu, because you had said, I don't do social media very well. I'm like, well, you're rocking it there, buddy.
Social media is one of them things I've got to learn for next year because I'm just so bad at it.
Well, hey, you do social media. So tell us your journey. I'm excited to hear about it.
Okay, so my journey started way back in 2006. And I was into space art, 3D, Babylon 5 and all that stuff. And I put out some work on some forums, and someone from America wanted me to design a spaceship for a film. In America, it was like an independent film, and I quickly learned that the online textures that you download are really not very good. So I went out and bought myself a £20 point and shoot camera that was probably one of the worst things I've ever bought in my life. Even in bright light, the shutter speed on that thing was really slow. So a good friend of mine, he spotted, potential in me, and he went and bought me my first camera, which was the Canon 400D. And you know what it is when you get a camera, right? When you get your very first camera, you want to photograph everything.
Yeah.
You photograph landscapes, portraits, babies, dogs, cats, birds, trees, sky.
Yeah.
And I was doing everything, and I couldn't nail it down to what I liked. I didn't know what I liked, and I did portraits, I did baby shoots for a while, and nothing was really doing it for me. Yeah. And then, a few years ago, I went in a bit of a depression, a bit of anxiety, and I just didn't bother with the whole camera thing. And when I got through that, I realised because I put the camera down for 2 years, the only thing I missed was macro. And I was like, I want to pick the camera up again. I want to do macro. I want to, learn everything I can about macro. And if you want to punch up that zebra spider image, I show this on every single talk I do.
Well, you haven't shown it on mine, so I love it.
So a lot of people have seen this image. So this was taken in 2016, and I saw this little zebra jumping spider. He's running across the wall on my house outside, and I'm going to go grab my camera. I slapped on the 24-105 L series lens that I was using for portraits, put it on extension tubes, and I took this picture, and it is the best picture in the whole world. I mean, it's the greatest macro image ever. At least that's what I thought when I posted it on Facebook. And I sat there, there's no likes, no comments, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, what's going on here? And then, I did a quick search, jumping spider, on the website, and that's when I found Thomas Shahan.
Oh, Thomas, he's been on the show. Yeah.
Oh, I've watched that one.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. And, I put that image against Thomas Shahan's image, and I was like, yeah, okay, I need to learn how to do this properly. And that's basically, I started ripping apart Thomas Shahan's images, what do the shadows look like? How is the spider posing? How are the eyes reflecting the light and all that? And, I started piecing things together. And while I was doing that, I found out that you could actually keep jumping spiders as pets. It's actually a pet industry. I was amazed. I was like, I couldn't believe it. And then, to my delight, I found that there was a breeder literally just down the road from me. So I could just go down the road, pick up a jumping spider and keep it as a pet.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? That's AD. Come back to us and we'll show the next image. We'll go back and forth because I want to talk to him. Yeah. Because you know what, Stu, the thing that was really cool is that I noticed, because I watch your videos and you're like, I got a new, and you name them. You are so awesome. I saw the video where you have a new spider and that spider's all over the place, and the spider that knows you, and it's just sitting on you like, hey, what's up? What are we going to do a photo shoot today?
I'll bring it back every couple of months, and people notice how they've been trained. Well, not trained, but they get used to you, and they're not so running around and jumping all over the place. But I started with a single jumping spider, and I was taking pictures, and I was loving it. It.
Yeah.
And there's my same friend who bought me the camera, right? So he's on Discord, and I'm chatting away to him, and I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to master photographing jumping spiders, and then I'll maybe sell some prints. I had my head in the cloud at the time. Sell prints and that. Get myself the best camera you can buy. At the time it was the 1DX, and
I remember that.
Yeah, get the trim macro flash, get the expensive lenses and all that stuff. Yep. And I said to him, once I've done all that, I'm then going to start a YouTube channel to show other people how to do it, because I was struggling to learn. There wasn't that much documentation online about exactly how to do it, from start to finish. It was just literally do this or do that. But from start to finish and demonstrating it, there wasn't much around. Like you said, that's where you started your chat show,
Yeah.
And he turned round to me and he just basically said, why wait? Just start it now. And he said, right, and he said to me, he'd be more interested in watching my journey than just seeing the videos where I'm showing how to do it. So that's how it started. I just started with the camera. I started on the 650D with a 15mm on extension tubes. I had that for at least a year before I got my first actual macro, true macro dedicated lens. And it's just, it's gone up from there basically. It's just took off, and everyone loves the videos.
Well, you rock too on water drops. We have water drops today, but you also, but I really love jumping spiders. They're like my favorite.
I love them. I absolutely love jumping spiders.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And they're so not, I mean, it's funny because they'll jump right at you. And
Here's another fact you might not know. I actually suffered from arachnophobia when I first bought my jumping spiders.
Did you really?
Yeah. Took me weeks to hold the spider. I mean, I'd have it out and, you know, it'd run and I'd be like, ugh.
That's great. Oh my gosh, it's so nice.
I keep saying, if you suffer from if you suffer from arachnophobia, just buy yourself a jumping spider.
that'll clear it right up. You know? Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's go ahead and go in and share this image, AD, and we're going to show. Then we'll show some other things. But I want to ask you your thought process while you're photographing, since we're talking about this is a perfect segment because you were saying how you were scared, and now, oh my gosh, it's like they're your buddies. So this one, I think I actually saw the video of you shooting this beautiful.
Yeah, this was from a couple of weeks ago. I managed to get hold of an R5, a Canon R5. My buddy.
Oh,
he bought one and he messaged me and he said, "Do you want to borrow it?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah!" So I was testing it out for macro photography, and this was one of the results that I did. This is a 5-image stack of a female Phidippus regis jumping spider. This is a pale variant. Absolutely beautiful spider, and because it was a pale variant, I knew it would go well against a dark background because the spider kind of like jumps off the page at you because it's bright, the background's dark. And it's amazing.
So do you just say to yourself, okay, today I'm going to bring out the pale, or do you like, I'm kind of curious on how you choose your subjects. Do you give them a couple days and then try a different spider? Because you have
there's a couple of ways you do it. The spiders you use will depend on the day of the week, because sometimes a jumping spider might be in molt and you can't touch them for weeks while they're doing that, so you are limited on which ones you can use. You've got the temperament of the spider, such as a young male. He'll constantly run round because he's looking for females, basically. They're hard to do, but if you get an adult male, he's literally, you fill up his belly and that's it. He'll just sit there all day and let you do what you want, A large female will generally sit there as well because she's that big. She's just like, come at me. I don't care, But the younger ones, they run around like your wild jumping spiders would, So they really are good practice. For photographing jumping spiders, if you want to do the wild ones, which is what I'm going to be doing next year, hopefully, if this whole Tom Hanks disease goes away, we can get out there and actually do something,
I love this one. I love this. This is a perfect fine art, and especially for females. Is this your wife or something? Because
no. There's a story behind that, right? When I first had the camera, I was doing portraits, and I made friends with a couple of models. And we went round the house, and I was explaining to her. I said, my YouTube's going good, and she was like, what is it? I said, macro, and then I showed her pictures of the jumping spiders. And she was up here the one day. She said, "Can I hold it?" And she said, "I'm holding it." And she had a couple of pictures with this jumping spider. And she says, "Oh, I want to do a photo session where I'm naked with the spider on me." And I was like, it's a good idea, but the jumping spider is way too small to take a picture of it. Right. And for the viewer to know that is, a model or a woman lying there, because you'd be so close, or you'd see skin. I mean, it could be my skin as far as people know. So I said, we could do it, but we need a bigger spider. And that's when I pulled up another friend of mine who has hundreds of tarantulas in her room. And I said, have you got a couple we could use for this shoot? She's like, yep. When and where.
That's cool.
So on that shoot, I had the model. I had a tarantula spider wrangler. She took care of the spiders, make sure they was okay, make sure they weren't crawling in places they're not supposed to. I had my wife. She was holding the light because obviously with it being a wild, not wild spider, but a living creature.
Yeah.
I kept the light mobile, so that she could just move it around quickly, and then I had myself with the camera. It was a really fun day. It really was. Oh
yeah, it's so different. That's why I love it, because it's so different. It's beautiful pieces. I love this one too because of your
that one. that one is actually on maple leaves that are backlit with a flash. So the flash is actually shooting through the maple leaves, making it look like it's on fire. I mean, if you look at the texture, it almost looks like it's lava.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. It's so neat. And that's, I mean, I see, you know, if any of you guys have not seen his, like I say, he does everything on YouTube. So it's really, really cool to see the finished product when, you know, and I love, like I say, the very ends where I know because I make videos myself. You're like,
yeah, the bloopers. Yeah, everyone loves the bloopers. They just stick around to the end just to watch the bloopers.
Yeah. This one's one of my favorites too. This is just gorgeous. I have not seen the video on this, but this is beautiful.
That's a Caribbean versicolor. That is. That's a tarantula. Unfortunately, he's passed away. Now he died in a molt. I mean, for anyone out there who's interested in keeping spiders, you've got to don't get attached to them because they can literally drop dead overnight for absolutely no reason. And in this case, this one, he got halfway through a molt, got stuck, and unfortunately, there's nothing you can do to help him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, so gutted. I've got to find a replacement one for him because it was a nice spider to photograph, especially with the blues, because is that blue in real life. It's not enhanced any.
Wow, that's great. That's great.
It is actually blue.
That is wonderful. Well, we'll talk about water drops. So we'll definitely, we've got the two Elise and Debbie today. So we'll talk about that. I want to ask you about post-processing.
Barry in the comments says he goes to the end of the videos first just to see the outtakes first.
Does he really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That is really cool. Yeah, for sure. So do you do I know that you do share post-processing. Oh, my computer is going a little wacky here. So let me
that could be my website because I cheaped out on the website. It's quite slow.
Oh, it's because too my computer's got a lot going. I could hear it. I've seen before. I've got my potato going mad at the moment.
Now
let me ask you. So do you do live post-processing all the time? Because I haven't watched those. I just watched your.
I've done one or two, but unfortunately I struggled a lot with it because the computer can't handle the whole streaming and processing at the same time. But if you're subscribed to the channel, you will know that I will be getting a new computer early in the new year. And then we will be doing live stacking and editing on YouTube, which I'm really looking forward to. Because one of the first ones I want to do is a community edited picture. So I'm going to throw up the raw image and we're going to edit it together. The community is. They're going to give me the suggestions, how to crop it, what colours shall we change, what things shall we do. And it's going to be a really exciting live stream, I think, that one. But again,
that'll be fun.
Yeah, we've got to wait till we get a new computer up and running first.
Right. You do have a subscription in your YouTube, so people could subscribe. Do they get to see behind the scenes a little bit more? Is that
not yet? Like I said, I'm not very good at social media, but it's something I'm planning on doing. So it's all in the works.
Good. 2021, huh?
Yeah, basically 2021. Yeah. It was planned for this year, but with the whole situation, I'll just put everything off until next year now.
Oh, I know. Well, the holidays are here already. I mean, think of it. It's crazy.
I know, it's mad. It really is mad how quickly it's gone.
Now,
it's probably because I haven't left this room for since the March.
I know. I was just like, wait, what's going on? The summer's over. So now this one right here, we are going to go on an equipment segment later, but is this the one that you did with the 40? Was it 45 megs for the 5? The Canon?
No. That's from the Canon EOS R. That is the end result of a pro tutorial I'm working on for the website. So if there's anyone out there who wants to know how to photograph their jumpy spider and get results like in that image there, this tutorial will take you through from the very beginning. I'm talking the concept from the beginning all the way through to the final print delivered onto the desk. So it's almost finished, but I've got a few little tweaks I've got to do here and there because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, you know.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
All the information's got to be in there. Well, just no point doing it, is there?
Right. And towards the end too, I want to share I'm going to share your, look, we can come back to us, AD. What I want to do is I want to share your website because you have some great stuff that I think people should purchase, like your backdrops and stuff like that. So
pictures, presets.
Yeah.
And the unique thing about the store there is all stuff people have requested from YouTube. I haven't actually gone in there and go, I'm going to sell presets, because actually I went in there saying I wasn't going to sell presets, but then when everybody, you know, like all my subscribers, they keep asking for it, that's when they go on sale on the website, you know.
It's nice because you share how to use them on your YouTube channel, which is really neat, because sometimes, you know, I just love how you bring your subject in and, you know, and you have it, you're gently. One of the things that I really like about you too is that you're very careful with your subjects. You don't want to hurt them. My heart was just like, yes, this is a nice person. Do we have any questions that you've seen, AD? If you guys have questions, you better ask him now. He's live and he can answer them.
Chris is asking who's my favourite photographer and who inspires you. I got Dom Komarechka.
Oh, Don, he's been on the show too.
Yeah, and Thomas Shahan. So there are two that inspire me. You know, I want to get my jump. I mean, I got my Jumping Spider images to the quality I like in the studio, but now I want to do the same quality in the wild. So that's next year. There's going to be lots of videos about that if this whole, you know, Tom Hanks disease thing's gone away.
Well,
because unfortunately, you know, I've got kids, so if I want to go out and do an outdoor video, I've got to take the wife with me, which means I've got to find babysitters, and it's not exactly the best situation to be taking kids around to people's houses at this time. So, you know, I'll put everything off till next year, you know.
Yes, it's one of those hard things. Well, you know, when you do your post-processing, let me just talk real quick. I noticed that, do you have a vision while you're post-processing, or when you shoot, you say to yourself, oh, okay, because I've seen your setups and you can see that, you know, you've done some, you know, it's, go ahead.
At the moment, I'm going through my dark and moody phase where everything's dark and moody, and I tend to find a lot of dried out fruit like this tangerine here. Works great for dark and moody, you know. So you've got dried out leaves, dried out lily leaves, dried out flowers, all kinds of things. And I generally go in there knowing that, you know, the background's going to be dark and the spider's going to be nice and bright. The other method I do is what I call a split scene, where it'd be more like what Thomas Shahan does, where you've got a spider on a leaf and a blue background. But at the moment, I'm really liking the seamless background. It's almost like if you was in a portrait studio and you'd have a seamless paper roll, so you don't see the background as much. It's the type of thing I'm just doing at the moment, and I'm loving it.
Well, that's interesting, because that's, you know, we all have. It seems like you get excited about something and then you just go for it, because that's one of the things that I like to ask is, how do you keep your creative juices going? And, you know, because sometimes we have those, you know, times where like,
I've had them several times this year. No. And that's why if you look at my YouTube channel, look at the whole playlist of videos as a whole, you'll see that there's like a technical video, you know, followed by maybe a review video, followed by a really creative video. And that's what it is. While I'm in a rut, I'm doing reviews. Okay. And then while I'm doing reviews, there's always somebody out there on my subscriber list that will ask me a question. For instance, will the newer lenses work on the 400D? Yeah, that's a big good video. Do you know what I mean? So then I'm off on doing that project, you know. And that's mostly how I get out the rut, is people just ask me questions. And instead of just, you know, email them back with the answer, I'll go, look out for the next video. And then it'll be in the video, you know, so I'll just do a video about it instead.
Oh, I love that. And then, AD, whenever you get a chance, I actually have a couple. I wanted to share the video. There's a spider reflections on an iPad that you did. And I wanted to share that in the chat, because I have a feeling, I thought I saw that one. Hold on one second. I'm going to look at your website again. Let me, I want to, so you could see it now. Maybe I don't see it here. Oh. Okay. Well, you did a wonderful reflected spider, and you did it
Yeah,
on
that's
the
not on. That's not on the website. That one isn't.
Oh, it's
if you
not.
Go to my, if you go to my Instagram, it'll probably be on there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's look at your Instagram. We could, AD. Let's go to his Instagram real quick. And oh, you have some good stuff in here. Let's look and see. But I loved it because it was different. Is it this one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Isn't that great, you guys? Oh, I think that's the first one. I don't know if that's your first image on your website. I can't remember.
No, the first image on the website is a young jumpy spider that I did on an unboxing. It's like got his paw in the air.
Oh,
it's actually
really?
it's the one on the left there that's on the head of the.
Oh, on the look at how cute he's like has his hands up. That's adorable. Hello. That's perfect for the website.
For anybody out there who's photographing jumpy spiders, when you see that pose through your lens, yeah, and the spider disappears, it's on the front of your lens, okay? That's where it's gone. Because when they put the paws up like that, that's them, testing how far away is that lens. Oh, it's close enough. See you later. And that's it. They're on your camera.
That's awesome. That's so they're coming at you right now.
They're coming. They're coming for you.
This is really neat. Is this where you keep all your friends?
Yeah. That's the jumpy spider enclosures that I keep them in. So you've got small pots at the front there for the sub-adult ones, and then the larger pots are for the adults.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love that you do that. That is so cool. And then here we'll go into a couple of your this is beautiful. How did you I've seen you've actually sharing some of the tools. We'll talk in the tools area how you do your water drops, which is really, really beautiful. This one, is this a background that you used from?
Yeah, that's one of my backgrounds from the website, and that image was taken on a mobile phone as well.
Oh, that's great. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Wow. This is cool too. I love these. So you've got some really fun work and some videos. Oh, this is cute.
Yeah, that's the one that started the whole spider on a model shoot. So she had it on her face, and she's like, I want to do it, on my body. And I'm like, he's too small to do that, but I'm sure I can find another spider that will do the job.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very, very cool. All right. Well, let's go back to us and see if there's any questions, because we're going to get ready. We will. Let's see if there's any questions, and then if not, we will jump into the feedback. So let me just let you guys know about feedback. So it's just a real fun thing to do. Stu and I were just gonna give. I feel like when people give images, it's just I'll read out what they said, and it's just other people have the same kind of questions, and it is scary, because it's from the heart, but when you ask for feedback, you could take it or leave it, but it's so good when people actually say, yeah, you know what, I've been working on this piece and I actually would like some help. So you guys can do that. There's a link that after the show you could submit your work. It's a Dropbox.
That image there and the latest image wouldn't look like that if I never got my images critiqued by Don Komerska.
Oh, really?
There you go. Yeah.
Oh my God.
When I was photographing the spiders at the beginning of the year, I was about an inch too high, and you could see the abdomen behind the head. And you mentioned that you didn't like it, and I'm like, okay, then. So we'll go down another inch and cracking images now. So yeah, definitely get your images reviewed, but review by somebody who does it properly. Because
right. That you respect too.
That you respect, and don't ignore them. Go out and try what they say, and you'll probably find that your images might just improve that little bit.
Yeah. No, I think it's great. Question for Stewart. I don't. Oh, okay. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and do the segment. He's gonna AD is gonna do a quick segment, and I will pop up Elise's image. And we will. So So I was on it so fast, Stuart, because normally that little thing is to help me get ready.
I know. I got my own little cuts when I do my lives as well. Stick a little cut on it or hide it, it'll be all right.
Okay, so let me just do a shout out to Elise because she's awesome. And whenever I need, I'm like, hey, can we use some images? And a lot of people get really nervous, when you guys are on. So she rocked it. She said, hi, Janice and Stewart. This is my favorite macro sub, which I started shooting about 8 years ago, which is water drops. She goes, I'm always trying to improve my technique, skill, and artistry, so very much appreciate any feedback on my work. This image is of water drops on copper wires, which I stripped from an old kitchen appliance. I shot this in my kitchen against my kitchen window on a sunny day. I shoot into the sun. The colors are from plastic A4 colored plastic folders, which I taped to the window. Oh, how fun. I never thought about doing that. That's a good idea. I don't use flash as I don't like it reflected back in the drops. I don't use Photoshop, just basic editing of contrast and saturation of brightness. This was taken on my Canon 700D with my Canon 100 macro lens. I used a tripod and remote shutter release. The settings were f 4.5 at 1/60th of a second, ISO 100, and she used aperture priority and enjoy dialing up and down the f-stops until I capture a pleasant image. I like the soft bokeh and some kind of sparkle on it. That's one of her things, is she likes the sparkles. I have never received any feedback or critique on my water drops, so I'm very excited and nervous to hear what you both think. I feel like I could improve and use flash more, but I don't know how to achieve that without ruining the image. So I'll let you go first, Stuart, since you're my guest.
Yeah. Well, I would say she's already off to a good start. I mean, she's got the basics down. No light on the drops. Stick the light on the background. If you're going to go with flash, then again, flash the background, not the drops, because you're going to get hideous specular highlights on the drops if you put the light on the actual drops. What I would suggest. Because obviously she's not using post-processing, is she? So, but
yeah.
One thing that's pulling my eye is the little bokeh ball down the bottom of the image, because it's really bright.
Oh, I think she would know how to clone that out.
Yeah,
I think she's basic.
I'd get rid of that to start, because if you look at the image, or where you're supposed to, because I'm looking at the drop that's in the middle on the top wire. I'm assuming that's where I'm supposed to look. And when you look at it, you get pulled down to that little bright spot. So take that out if you can.
Yeah.
There's another couple at the top that you could take out. They're not major. I would take it out personally, but it's a very nice image. I mean, she's on the right track. The only thing that I would suggest is to put something more interesting in the background, so it's refracting in the drops.
Yes,
that's the only other thing I would suggest is that.
Oh, like something. Okay, yeah.
Like
you know what I know?
Or a different image or something like that.
Like one of your backgrounds. No, a flower. Like a Gerber's. You know what though? You know what, Elise? I wanted to ask you. You don't really do a lot of refraction. So is this your first refraction image? So what I've seen from Elise.
If this is her first refraction image, I'm very impressed. I can say that if it is her first one, I will be very impressed, because it is very nice. She's nailed the focus as well.
Yeah. And I really love
nailed that focus.
Yeah, because most of the times what I've seen from her is that she has like a beautiful petal and a nice drop, and then it has one of those starbursts in it. And so her petals are very gorgeous, and then she's got a drop with the starburst. She's very good at that. I think this is something new for her, I'm pretty sure. So Elise, if you're still here, let us know if this is your first refraction, because I'm curious about that. And I agree too that I love this flow, especially right in here, like this right here, flipping. But right in here, I agree, because for me, It is pulling my eyes, and this is really the story right here. I know that when we're so close to our subject, she's probably saying, well, that's part of the copper, but we really can't see the copper. So I think that if she was to actually this one too, is this the one that you were saying that she could probably remove too? This one down here at the bottom, Stewart?
Yeah, I'd get rid of all those.
Yeah, those down there.
And another thing, you know, she's going to carry on with this as well, is be mindful of your borders. Someone in the chat will know that was coming. So I like to call it border patrol. And if you look right at the very top, you can see half a bubble. It's just
right here.
But but it's not attached to a copper wire. Now it is out the frame, but on the picture it's not. So I would get rid of that. It just looks like it's floating there, you know. So but do border patrol, go around. But what I am impressed with is there's no sensor dust on this image.
Yeah, she's clean. Yeah. It's beautiful if she didn't clean it up, because I need to clean mine up as well.
Yeah. Wow. When my sensor just gets to above 20, I usually start cleaning the sensor then, you know.
Awesome. Okay, so someone says still didn't answer my macro question though. I don't know which one.
We'll get onto that in a minute, okay?
Oh, okay.
It's a gear question, so we'll get onto that in a minute.
Oh, we're gonna. You know what? Yeah, we have a whole equipment segment. You are so on it, Stewart. I'm telling you. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is so I don't see her here. She's probably, I think she was here, but maybe she can't type. Anyways, I think that she's doing really good too. And I think I love your suggestion of getting a fun background too in the Border Patrol. So that's your homework. That's your loop.
You want to go out and get yourself a bunch of Jabroa daisies, because they work really well for water drop refraction photography. And then once you've nailed that, you can then start replacing that with something else and all kinds of different things. So Jabroa daisies, they work for everything. Yeah,
that's a good tip to start with when you want to do your refractions for sure. Okay, so now we're going to do these, and this is from Debbie. So let me just do something here. I want to put them all together. See if I could hold on one sec. Come on now. I think it's survey. Yes. Okay, so let me read Debbie's real quick.
Okay.
And then she says, hi, Janice. My goal is to get a portfolio together to improve on my macro photography and to get a website to find confidence. Learn off of people like Stewart and you. That's very nice, Debbie. And others. I think best photographers are always learning. So true. My dream is to show my art in a gallery. I am in and out of the hospital for treatment, which gives me side effects, and I feel unwell. So I don't get out to shoot that often. So I take the pics around the house when I'm well and think of sorts of things, different ideas. And then, and I was going to say thank you, but I want to say this on the live chat. She says, P.S. You are my inspiration. So Debbie, thank you so much. You've made my day. That was awesome. When she sent this, I was going to reply right back. And I'm like, no, I need to say thank you live. That was really cool. So I had talked to Stewart about this, and I said, she's talking more about having a portfolio. So I feel like instead of individually talking like this, we should talk about a portfolio. And you were on with that. So, I mean, would you like to give her some suggestions? And then if there's something that I'll...
There's a couple of things I need to talk about this particular set. Let's talk about the top right first. I like doing the water drops on dandelions around springtime because everyone's searching for it there. The only thing I would say there is I would remove the reflection of the flash in the water drop. It's right in the centre of the water drop.
Yes, let's just look at that. This is something big, especially if you're going to have, unless the artist statement said something about a flash, but I doubt it. See that right there is what.
Yeah, right there. That looks like a flash to me. That's a flash.
Yes, it's total a flash. Yeah.
Because you've used flash as well, you got a few highlights in there as well, and it's like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. I don't particularly like the little flash highlight in there. So I mean, it's very easy to take out, and I would do that. That's. I want to stress that's me being personal. That's what I like to do, because I mean. I love these images. I mean, the black and white one is fabulous. But I do want to talk about the bottom one. Two things I want to point out about the bottom one.
Okay.
I've got an issue with that picture. Right?
You do?
Yeah. I want it on my website because I think it's fantastic. You know what I mean? I wish I could get an image like that. No, she's talking about she wants us to show in a gallery. Personally, just keep doing what you're doing because I think you're going to get there.
That is so funny. That's like you have an issue because I think this is the bomb diggity right here.
I love it. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I think is that on milk? Is it a mixture of milk and water? Are they in chat by any chance? Is Debbie in chat?
Debbie, are you here? We got people in here. So Debbie, are you here?
I need to ask: is that like a mixture of water and milk?
Yeah.
But I love it. The red, the blues. I love it. You know.
I think.
Now I need to talk about a second thing with this. Okay, and this is a technical thing. Okay.
Yep.
Let me just load up Photoshop. Can I share my screen or not?
Oh no! You know what? Tell me what to do because it'll get all messed up.
You're going to need to zoom all the way in, or I'll just talk to Debbie directly.
Okay.
Okay.
Zoom in more, 2:1?
No, all the way, and I'm talking pixel level.
Oh, sure. Hold on.
Let me sync up here with Photoshop. Okay, stop there. Go down and to the left a little bit. Down to the left.
Whoa.
Down.
Okay. I don't have my Wacom. I'm using a.
Keep going down.
You know what I should do? Hold on.
Zoom out a little bit. There, stop there, right there. See that little white dot right in the middle of the frame? Can you see it?
Oh, she's got a. Yes, you're so good. She's got a. What is that called?
I think that is.
It's a hotspot. Yeah. Hold on one second.
You got hotspots or a failing memory card because I had these little white dots on a memory card that failed on me. Okay, so what I want to say to her is, whatever memory card you use to take that picture, take a series of, some more images with that memory card. Okay. Get a different memory card, take some more images, exactly the same images, then examine the pictures. And if you've got those little white dots only on the images with the one memory card, bin it because that memory card is failing.
Gotcha. Okay? Good idea.
Okay.
Well, that's
nothing wrong with the image.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. So what we're going to do is go straight into equipment. This is awesome. We're going to go into equipment. All right, it's time for you to share what you love and your equipment that you use and all the fun stuff. And there was someone that had a question with the equipment, so it is the fun time.
Okay, well, we'll start with equipment, shall we?
Yeah.
So, one of my favourite lenses I'm using at the moment is the Leigh 100mm 2x macro lens. My lens is poorly though. It's got to go back, unfortunately.
Wow.
They've been asking it back for 4 weeks, and I ain't sent it yet because I just can't do without it, you know.
I know.
It's
because you can, especially since you're doing. Let's just tell people that maybe are fairly new that you could get closer than 1-to-1.
Yes, this is a 2x macro lens.
See,
so with this lens, there's less often that I have to take the lens off the camera, so there's less dust getting into the camera. So between this and the EOS R's 30 megapixels, I can roughly go 3 times macro without taking the lens off, and it focuses to infinity as well. Ooh. So if the kids fall over, I can just turn around and snap a picture quite quickly without having to change lenses. They're fabulous. They really are good. Build quality is not as good as the Canon, though, unfortunately.
But it works.
It's something I'm trying to nail into Leigh. You've got to get that build quality up there because if you do, you're going to nail it. It's going to be the go-to lens to have, in my opinion. No chromatic aberration, no distortion. The optics in it are absolutely fantastic, and it's the sharpest lens I've ever tested.
That's awesome. So we got to get that. And then if you're affiliate and if you have any affiliate links, I'll hit you up so we can put the links down below so people can purchase this stuff.
No worries. So my weapon of choice on any given day is this bad boy here. This is the Canon EOS R. Okay, and I said I got a funky setup, and you can see that.
It's awesome. I love it.
So, you know, I've played with all kinds of different setups. You know, you've got the standard speed light, the twin macro flashes, and you know, they were okay, but neither of them did it perfectly for me. Like, I like the look of the speed light, but then you lose your focusing LEDs from the twin macro flash, you know. So I devised a way of being able to do best of both worlds. So what we have on here is we've got the MPE 65mm lens. Can you see me?
Yeah, just go ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
you put a little bit higher.
So this whole rig was actually built for that lens. Okay.
Oh.
So what we have is we have the Neuro twin macro flash. Do not go out and buy this flash because it's old and it doesn't work with new cameras. I will be upgrading this soon. So there'll be a new video showing that.
Yay.
But what I've done here, there's two important things here. The first one is the bonnet on the front here. Okay, so if I just whip that off to show you. So this is a bonnet from a mum and pop company in Australia. They make these little bonnets. They've got all kinds of kits. And this is what is causing the reflection in the jumping spider's eyes. It's actually this bonnet. That is what makes those images perfect for me. Okay.
Right.
Again, you know, it's Marmite. You either like it or you hate it. You can use square diffusers. You can use a twin diffuser. It's completely up to you what you use. But for my work, I can't do it without that bonnet. Now, you can make these yourself, but personally, I'd just buy one from Australia.
Yeah, you support the mom and pops. That's awesome.
Wait ages for shipping because of the whole Tom Hanks disease, and then get hit with import tax as well. But it's worth it once you get it, you know. Okay. And then on the front of here, I've actually glued. Can we get the focus? No. Yes.
Like,
there we go.
You might have to.
Okay. So.
Oh, there you go.
You see there. This is the adapter for the twin macro flash, just there. On there, I got some step up and step down rings that the bonnet can attach to, because without those, you can't actually attach a bonnet to your twin macro flash because it's just smooth. There's nothing there for it to grip. So I've glued those onto there with a glue gun. So it's got something to grip on. I then have some small rig arms on the front here, and what they do, okay, is they push the flash a little bit away from the bonnet so it doesn't create hot spots.
Oh.
Okay. Because if your flash is too close to your bonnet, you're going to get a hot spot, and that will show up in the spider's eyes. And I mean, have you ever tried retouching spider's eyes? It is an absolute nightmare. So a couple of small rig arms that pushes the flash heads backwards, and it keeps away from the bonnet, so there's no hot spots. And then the reason it's like that is if I show you this now. So that's at 1:1 magnification on the MP 65mm lens. So as I zoom in, if you notice, the heads move with the lens. So the heads physically don't change position no matter what magnification you're using.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And then, you know, you've only got to adjust the power for the loss of light when you're increasing your magnification, you know, and then you can basically get the same type of images that I'm shooting, you know.
Right. Well, I love that.
I want to stress, though, that the bonnet is the most important thing, okay?
And where you place the light to the bonnet is important too, like you're saying.
Yeah, you don't want it too close. If you have it too close, it's just you're gonna have this little white hot spot, and it's absolutely awful. It really is.
Yeah, yeah. And
if you want to show that jumping spider image, the one with the red background, for me. Yep.
Let me see.
Set this up, and yeah, you'll see it on my channel a lot where I stress you don't need the expensive gear. You don't need the expensive gear to do macro photography, okay? So if you take a look at that image now, we'll leave it on screen for a few minutes. So this is Bungie. He's a male Phidippus regius jumping spider. It's actually Bungie the third because it's the third one I've had. And I name him Bungie because of the little bungee cords they put down to stop themselves falling off stuff.
Oh, yeah, I always see you say, it's time to get the bungee off.
Yeah, you've got to get that bungee off because, oh, my God, if you have a jumping spider run around, let's say you put it on a flower and you have them run around the flower for, like, say, 10 minutes, that flower is then covered in webbing. And you just,
wow.
Yeah, taking that off in Photoshop is an absolute nightmare. It really is. So pick off that bungee cord. Yeah, but if you notice the eyes, you can see the eyes, the reflection in the eyes. That is the bonnet that I just showed you. That's what's doing those reflections. And if you come back to me now, if you can, AD.
He's on you. He's on you.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no.
That was done. That was done with a Canon 400D. This is a 14-year-old camera.
Oh,
that image was done. Yeah. that image is done with a 14-year-old camera, and you don't need a flash. Okay, you can just pop the pop-up flash, which I would do, but battery flat. Little pop-up flash.
Okay.
Shoots through the bonnet, and you can do exactly the same thing. So you do not need expensive equipment to get started. And I have a saying that I say on my YouTube channel that expensive equipment doesn't make a better image. It just makes it easier to get the shot. Yeah. That's all it does.
Same with post-processing. It's easier. Yes. Okay, so let's go, because can you believe it's almost an hour? I just can't believe it. I say that to every single guest. It goes by.
I'm trying to rush through because you're supposed to be only an hour, but we're here 2 hours. I can't go.
Stuart goes, I talk about it. It's okay, because I know it's like, it's okay. It's all good. I love it when you guys, you know what, let me tell you, it's better than having someone that doesn't talk at all. Then I'm like, So what questions do we have in here?
We got, is it Snotchko or whatever?
Okay.
He's asking about a Nikon objective lens for photo and micro photography. I have no experience with that, but I do know that it's a very good lens. So, if you want to give it a go, then give it a go. But I would suggest you join the Extreme Macro group on Facebook, because they got experienced people in there that will tell you exactly what to do with that lens.
Yeah, I don't know that lens either. Then there's Anders that says, let's see, what sync speed did the twin macro have on one compared to the Canon brand one?
The sync speed is determined by your camera, not the flash. So your sync speed is whatever your camera can sync to the flash. So in the EOS R, I usually set it to 200 because that's more than enough. The R5 is 250. There wasn't. Is it the 5DS? That's like 180. So it's all determined by the camera, not the actual flash itself.
Right. Do you ever do the back sync though, where you can have a longer shutter speed?
No.
Oh, you haven't, because you can't. Yeah, I've done that before, but I don't do jumping spiders. I do other stuff. But yeah, because it's a lot of fun. Let's see. Anything else? I can't hear you. I don't see anything. I don't know. And if I missed you guys,
we've got a question about the sizes of diffusers. So generally, the small diffusers like this one. This is actually custom made for my rig, because we needed to make the front of it there very, very short, because otherwise, 5 times macro, I'm bumping into stuff. But generally, you'd go with if you go onto their site. I mean, I don't know if I can't drop it in there. Well, we'll drop the link in afterwards, to their website. But they have a small diffuser, which is for generally 100mm or lower, and a large diffuser. It's photoaccessories.com.au, I believe. Excellent. Let me just double check that for you.
Well, if I can get it kind of power.
Yeah, photography.accessories.com.au. You know what? I'll just post it in Skype here. Here's my Skype gone.
Series. Let's see.
Here we go. It's in Skype.
It's in Skype. Let me look. Where are we? There's the chat.
So if you go on there, they've got multiple systems. This is the twin macro flash system that I'm currently using. And, if you got, like, say, 150mm lens, you'd go with the larger diffuser, okay?
Okay, I'm going to share it with them real quick because they're interested, and I think it's really cool to show.
And like I said, support them, because it is a mom and pop company. It's not like a big corporate enterprise, It's not being hated like that. They literally are made to order. So you put your order in, and then they make it for you.
Go ahead and show this AD so they could see. This is it. Photography.accessories.com.au.
Yeah, it does come from Australia as well. So, you've got slow shipping time because of the situation in the world right now. And you might get hit by import tax, but believe me, it's worth it, because those little diffusers, they're fantastic. And it's not just jumping spiders. They'll work for ladybirds, and praying mantises and all that.
Yes,
so, yes. So that's my diffuser just there. Okay. That just show the trim macro on it.
We'll definitely share that. Okay, we can go back to us now. And let's see. Do you have anything that you're up to besides new videos? So you've already said that you're going to start doing some series in 2021, right?
Yeah, I've got a lot of content planned, but it's all content I've got to wait for the whole world situation to calm down for first. Until then, I'm just making up things as I go along, basically. But I have got my pro tutorial that's coming out soon, so anyone who's interested in photographing a pet jumping spider, that'll be the one for you.
Okay.
And,
I do want to share your website.
I want to get out next year more and do more macro adventures. Hopefully we'll be able to do that with any luck.
Yes, that I know. I feel really frustrated about that too.
Barry, if you subscribe to me, next time I do a critique, you can send the images to me then, okay? And I'll have a look at them. Barry didn't get his images to you in time, apparently.
You know what? I shut down before we have there's a certain time frame where I grab the images because I send them to you. I send them, to AD or whatever. So I can only do, you know what I mean? So Baz, I'm sorry. We can't. Yeah, it probably came in too late. But let's go to Stewart's website real quick before we end the show, because I want to share these packs. These are really, really cool. If you watch Stu's videos, this is where you see these packs that you've done, and you're so humble because you say you could do this too, but sometimes other people just don't want to do them, so that's good that you offer this.
There's a lot of people buy them packs just to support the YouTube channel. I mean, I had an email off one guy who said, I bought the pack, I'm never going to use them, but I just wanted to support you. Because even in the promotional video, I say you do not have to buy these textures, you can do it yourself. And you just buy the textures if you want to support the channel. It's another way for people to support the channel while it's growing, because you can't rely on YouTube for ad revenue because it sucks, you probably know that yourself. It really does suck. Yeah. And what happened with them is I did my own texting. I started using them out in the field, and I just got inundated with not just comments but emails saying, can I buy your textures? And I'm like, just make them yourself. Just take a photo of some grunge, add some colour to it, and you print it out, and you're done. And they were like, no, I want your texture. So I'm like, okay. What? Fair enough.
That's awesome. Let's come back to us.
I've got a great community. They're a really great bunch.
That's what I was just going to say. You and I do too. The people that are here, I just love them. I chat with them. And I even say, that's why I appreciate you coming on, because, I don't have a lot of followers, but the people that are here are very dedicated macro people. They're very true. They love photographing. They love learning, like I do and you do and all that kind of stuff. So, there's Elise. Hi, Elise. She's in here now.
She also says she's self-taught as well, so that's even more impressive. Self-taught.
She is an admin. We have a professional macro. It's over 6,300, I think, right, Elise? And she's an admin. We have a couple admin. I started, and she.
Yeah, Anders is my admin. He's the one who keeps playing up in the chat. I think what are we up to now, Anders? Is it 13 or 14,000 in the group now?
That's awesome.
When it gets over about 6,000, it starts getting uncontrollable sometimes.
And you're like, I don't know about social media. Please. Well, you know what though? It is awesome.
I don't do the group. It's Anders. He does the group. So if you want to know about social media, ask him. He's in charge of that group. I tell you. I'll just pop in once a week when I post a new video.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Elise rocks it too. Yes, she definitely.
You have to have a good admin on your group, otherwise it's never going to grow.
Yeah. She's unbelievable.
No, I'm not answering that, Adam. He's a regular to my channel and he's trying to bait me into answering a question about Luminar.
Well, we are actually done with the show. I can't believe it. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me and chatting with me and you guys. And if I usually do go through the chat. If there's something that's really crazy, can I ping you a little bit and say,
I'll stick around in the chat afterwards. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know if it does that, because sometimes what happens once the show ends, the chat will go away because it's working it, and then you can go back to it again. So for some reason, I don't know how long it takes for YouTube to render. It'll render it. I don't know. And then it'll come back. It's weird. So, but yeah, I want to thank all of you guys for chatting. It's been such a great show with you, Stewart. It was so much fun.
Thank you,
I may.
Hopefully it's not the last, eh? I can come on again.
Oh, for sure. Are you kidding me? You could always come on. I love it when you guys come on, especially if things start getting better for you and you want to, talk about what you're doing when it comes to, non-COVID stuff, and you're out there, and for sure.
You just went and said the word. Now YouTube's going to bury your video.
I don't know. Did it?
Yeah, you just said the word. That's why I call it Tom Hanks disease, because
Tom Hanks disease.
YouTube doesn't pick up on that, you see. So you just say that instead.
Maybe with all the words that we talked, it won't put the big C in there.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Will you guys do me a favor and start doing comments down below, and YouTube will still have to show this show to everyone. If you like the show,
give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, comment down below.
Comment down below.
Because the more comments or thumbs up you get, the more YouTube will push that video out. Okay, so
do that because I said the big C word.
Yeah, you got to compensate for that now. You're gonna have limited ads, and YouTube is not going to push your video out now.
Oh man, no, I did not know that. So yeah, you guys got to do that. Okay, you guys give it a thumbs up and definitely comment down below. Just say, hey, thanks so much, so we can get this out to everyone. All right. Well, you know what? AD was going to put some backgrounds in, and I missed all that, so I apologize. But we will put those links in the show notes down below. Oh, AD rocked it, and he put your textures in there and your presets in there in the chat, which is really, really cool. Okay, well, you know what? Again, thank you so much, Stewart, for hanging out with me. It's been such a blast. Really appreciate you.
And thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. And
it made a change to me not having to do anything on the behind the live stream, just talk. It's relaxing for once. It's great.
AD is rocking. I mean, I'm telling you, he's so amazing.
I need an AD. Andy's, you've been promoted, okay?
And then what I'm going to do is I want you guys to remember that our next show is the Spooktacular Macro Chat show on the 29th, and we'll have the link down below. Just share a bunch of images of Halloween and scary and fun, and we're just going to have a good old party online for an hour and have a good time. So again, I just want to remind all of you guys that your 1,000 words does make a difference. And thanks again, Stewart. You guys all take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.